Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. We right now. I don't know, I always just start smiling when I got like a little subject. I was the kid in class that, that even though I would make jokes and be the class clown, I'd be laughing loudest at my own jokes. Like I couldn't hold my own laugh down. But anyway, when I got something on my mind, I was thinking about these two analogies I'm about to share with y'all. And it's basically just two analogies that's kind of like good analogies, but it's also a little comical. I know one is a little more comical than the other, but basically it just how sometimes comparing things, like people don't see stuff when you just say it upright, but when you compare it to something that's relatable, they like, oh, all right, yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the reasons why I'm so fluent at articulating myself with people, and and getting them to understand certain things, even though they may not even mess with the crystals or certain little things, because I know how to drop analogies down and make a person understand it. You know what I'm saying? Where I could make it to where they could perceive it. You know what I'm saying? So when you're good at making analogies and changing up, like, well, you see, this situation is kind of like if this was, you know what I'm saying, like, it's just making a parallel, but just on a different level. But one of them, I'm borrowing from the brethren Dick Gregory, when he was talking about people who just get used to the lies that the government be dishing out and stuff. Like, you just so you're in that sheepish mode, and you just consume whatever they kick out to you. You don't even question it. And he was talking about how, like, a person who eat up them lies, like, all the time, they get to a point too where they get used to it. And it's kind of like where, like, the how you said, the person who shitted themselves, you know what I'm saying, but they've been smelling for shit for so long, it has become normal, you know what I'm saying. So even though and everybody's peeping and seeing that you smell like shit, you still under the going with the lies of the government, you know what I'm saying. But you can't see it, you know what I'm saying. You can't smell that shit, you know what I'm saying, because you're so used to that shit. You're used to the lies, you're used to that shit, so you can't smell it. So while you got flies flying around you, and you got shit in your pants, you're used to it, so you don't smell nothing. While everybody like, damn, what's that smell? Like, where that's coming from? You like, it's like, what smell? Like, what they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's basically like that analogy. Like, you're so used to the government lies, that it's like, and while everybody else waking up around you, you're like, well, what's wrong with them? Why are they waking up and thinking that, the government is doing something to us? Like, oh well, you know. And it's the same analogy, like, like somebody shitting on themselves, and they let it sit, and they so used to that smell, or just over time, not worrying about changing, and cleaning themselves. They get used to that smell, and it becomes a commonplace. It becomes normal, even though smelling shitty is not a good thing, per se, quote unquote. Smelling shitty is not, something that's very pleasant. It becomes normal for you. You know what I'm saying? And in your head, it's normal, you know what I'm saying, to smell shit. As a matter of fact, the person you're attracted to, you be walking around and like, and then kind of come across somebody else shit and be like, oh, I don't know why I vibe with them, but it's for some reason, it's cause they full of shit too. And I don't mean full of shit, but I'm making pun, out of it, but because you got shit in your pants too, you know what I'm saying, like. And so you become a person that's blind to what is the real norm, and you have created your own norm, which is smelling like shit, and you're used to it. So nobody could tell you otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody could make you see the light and be like, man, look, man, watch. You don't see how everybody nose turn when you come. You know what I'm saying? Like, smelling like the boo boo. But that ain't the point about really smelling like the boo boo. The point is just that that person that smells like shit, they they can't they can't smell it, cause from being used to it over time. So basically, the analogy of being used to the lies of the government over time, you basically just come to a point where you're blind to them. You know what I'm saying? Where you think something's wrong with somebody like me, or the everybody else basically that's about to be awakening, but you gonna see there's something wrong. Like why they tripping on the election? I think I'm probably gonna vote for Hillary, or I think Trump is a nice candidate, even though he's crazy. I might go. Like reason why you living in that world, is you're used to the lies, so you just nothing. That's the norm for you, lies. And another one, this one, my brethren Brad shared it with me. You know what I'm saying? He was basically explaining like how your spiritual growth, or just growth in general, it's like climbing up a ladder. You know what I'm saying? And once you pull out the ladder, you know what I'm saying? A ladder is for climbing, you know what I'm saying? A ladder is not for resting on, you know what I'm saying? And some people on their spiritual growth, you know what I'm saying, they get to that point of whether it's feeling they got enough knowledge or, just comfortable in the spot they're in, but whatever the case may be, some people climb that ladder and they find a resting spot, like the spot that they just want to chill at, you know what I'm saying? And we all know, like, from climbing monkey bars and all that, like, you don't want to just be holding on, like, climbing something and just stop, or be holding on to something and mid, like when you're climbing the monkey bars and you're stopping and your arms get tired, and you end up falling, you know, kind of same analogy, you know what I'm saying? Spiritually, you know what I'm saying? When you're climbing that ladder, you don't want to stop in one place, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep climbing up that ladder, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep it going, you know what I'm saying? Because you'll stop and like, ooh, this is a comfortable spot on this ladder, even though I'm supposed to be climbing and I pull this ladder out to climb, I'm this spot right here, I'm comfortable. And all of a sudden, like my arms even got like the arms then got kind of stuck and used to holding on right here. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like exercising too. Like once you've been moving for a minute and then you stop, then the muscles kind of tighten up and you can't. It's almost like you can't even reach out. But you get stuck on that one part of the ladder, and it's also an analogy of having open mindedness too. You know what I'm saying? Because when you close minded, you're gonna stop at a certain spot and just be like, well, I'm not gonna venture off, even though this seems true. I'm gonna just stay right here, in this part. It's like, nah, you gotta keep climbing the ladder, because if you don't, if you don't keep climbing the ladder, the arms will get tired and you end up falling back down, and especially if it is a fall most of the time that you can't get up from too. That's the analogy. When you climbing and then you get to a certain height and you want to stop, it's like, man, that's a long fall down, you know what I'm saying? And if the arms get tired, then you back at the bottom, back at square one. So it's always good to where if you're gonna pull out the ladder, if I pull out a ladder, it's not to walk under it, for the superstitious bad luck thing. When we pull out ladders, they are to climb. So when you're on your spiritual ascension, you know what I'm saying? If you decide like, well, I'm not gonna stay in my ego, and I'm gonna grow, I'm gonna change. I'm not gonna die off with my ego, because we are infinite immortal beings, like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't want to get off subject. But you could either die off, or you could keep on that spiritual ascension and climb that ladder. When you pull the ladder out, you just keep going up, just keep climbing. That's what you pull the ladder out for, to climb. So if you're gonna be conscious and be on this ascension process, then then ascend. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing. Like as much as I always stay grounded enough to still, talk to people and clown with people, I'm still on the ascension where I'm getting further and further away from some certain, type of vibrations, you know what I'm saying, that 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 no longer serve me. You know what I'm saying? That kind of deal with egotistical things. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm grounded enough to still laugh, joke, and clown on a somewhat egotistical, lower vibrational level, I'm still ascending. Like I'm still, like, oh yeah, I had a little coffee binge, but matter of fact, right now I'm about to go get some Robert's tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's being realistic on your growth too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gotta stop to rest your arms, you know what I'm saying? You got tired, you was climbing too fast in one little spurt. It's all right to get you that little rest. You know what I'm saying? But cause you gotta be realistic with yourself and know your own limits. Stop and rest for that little second, but then you gotta keep it moving. When you're climbing on that ladder, spiritual ascent. But that was just two analogies that I thought, were pretty good. And in metaphoric analogies, you know what I'm saying? They like I say, they help people to understand situations. You know what I'm saying? Like how I forgot which one I had thought of for the Colin Kaepernick situation, but it's like the personification of that situation, analogy for that situation is like somebody. I forgot how I explained it. Dang, and I don't want to slaughter it. Uh, it'll come to me in another video. I'm gonna make sure I kind of probably once it pop up, I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna come back and be like, remember that what I was talking about in the other video. But anyway, you know. That was just two, analogies I wanted to share and to show you how, just a sample of how analogies help people understand more, you know what I'm saying? Like, because in some cases, people don't understand things unless you put it in a perspective, on a level where they can understand. Like how trying to teach somebody math or whatever that don't, that's not too hot with school math, but, they good with selling stuff and money. So you would have to try to, it would be better to try to teach them math through relating it to money, you know what I'm saying? Because they understand money. Somehow, when a dollar sign is involved, automatically them numbers change up and they become Einstein. In some cases, that's just how some people are. I done seen it. I done seen it with my own two eyes, man. My own three eyes. With all my eyes, really. I got more than three eyes. But that's all I have. Happy now. Peace. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Love y'all, man. Peace and love. Unconditional love to all, man. Y'all have a blessed one.